Meet Dr. Nwokolo Charles, a Nigerian consultant farmer who is building a sustainable poultry and crop farming business.
Agric is for everybody. It depends on interest and choice.
Okay.
And why they say it's for the poor is because they feel that that's the
Dirty job.
Yeah. This is where, can you imagine that everything we eat comes from agri?
Driven by passion for agriculture and food nutrition, Dr. Charles has a clear vision to bridge the gap between human nutrition and agriculture.
Poultry industry is something that any nation could not lose out.
Okay.
Because this is where the protein source comes from.
Yeah.
Just like other areas, cattle, cattle is not easy to raise one cattle.
Cattle, yes.
So, but in 2 months, you have raised meat for average Nigeria through broiler production.
In this video, we'll be uncovering the secrets behind how this inspiring farm business is managed and grown. So stay tuned as we dive into it. Agriculture is a gold mine in Africa, and it's really beautiful that we can actually produce what we eat. Many people have this narrative that agriculture is for the poor only. But in this video, we are going to be meeting with an entrepreneur or a farmer who owns a poultry farm to uncover some secrets behind agriculture and poultry farming. So stay tuned and make sure you watch this video to the end. And don't forget to subscribe as we are heading to 2K subscribers. Thank you. Good day, sir.
Good day.
Please, sir, can you introduce yourself to our viewers and what you do here?
I'm Nwokolo Charles,
Okay.
PhD, a consultant poultry farmer.
Wow. Are you a lecturer?
Yep.
Because I heard PhD now.
Yes. Not only PhD and poultry, there are PhD that are into agro-business.
Okay. How did you start it?
Well, the concept came as a result of need to meet the demand of protein requirements in our society, particularly area of coverage, Abia State here. And we observed that there's high demand for poultry meat, poultry egg. So we felt that let us start something that with time we can take the whole environment and Abia State in general.
What inspired you to start poultry farming instead of other farming?
Well, like I said what inspired me is that it is my area of specialization. And I know that till the end of times, there will be high demand for poultry meat and egg as a nutritional requirement for man to survive. So I know that the market is very wide and high demand.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
So can you show us around your farm? So let's see one or two about.
All right, I can do that.
Okay, sir. Let's go.
All right.
You dipped your leg inside this water when you want to.
Yes.
Why?
It's to get rid of whatever that is you are carrying under your feet. As we walk, there are some organisms that are hidden there. So when you dip your feet, you eliminate them. Yes. So this is foot dip. It's a foot dip. So where you bathe your feet before you enter the house.
Is it normal water?
It's normal water, but with disinfectant inside.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Wow.
We use Isaiah Lysol.
Okay.
So you dip your own. So that's what we call foot bath.
So as you can see, I just dipped my leg inside this water to disinfect my leg.
Yes.
So let's go inside the poultry and see how you do it first. Wow, so you have a very big, massive poultry farm.
Yes.
What kind of poultry farming do you practice?
This is intensive Intensive in that this is a housing unit.
Okay.
The birds are housed in cage, battery cage.
Okay, sir.
This is battery cage.
Okay.
Yes, this is the type of system we use here. There is the deep litter, there is the battery cage.
Okay,
the deep litter are the ones the birds are on the floor.
Okay.
But they are in a cage compartments.
Okay.
That is what we are practicing.
So why did you choose this battery cage system instead of normal deep litter?
Because it is easily managed. It is easily managed. It controls disease infestations in a poultry farm.
Okay.
And the eggs come out looking neat. You can see the eggs in the trays.
Yeah.
They are looking neat. They are not soiled.
Yeah.
And they are not broken.
Yeah.
If you allow the birds to stay in deep litter, most times they break their egg or soil it with their feces.
Okay.
So here it is not.
Okay.
The disease infestations is highly reduced.
Okay.
Yes, unlike the deep litter.
Okay. What are the diseases that is attached to poultry farming and how do you manage it? What are the medications?
There are many types of diseases, from bacterial to viral diseases associated with poultry farming.
Okay.
There is no disease that is lesser. They are all very devastating when they come. It depends on early management. From the onset of the day old of the birds, you start managing them till the time that you expect them to be like this. If you're able to control them, then you are sure of lesser disease infestation. We vaccinate on Newcastle disease and the Gumboro, then typhoid, foulpox, and a lot of them.
Okay, so what is the medication that you can use to cure them?
The medications, viral diseases have no actual medication. That's why it's called viral, because these are infections you cannot see with naked eye, even a microscope. The only thing you do is to prevent it by vaccinating the birds early. It's like newborn babies who are taken to various stages of vaccinations to protect them, so that as they grow up, they will not come down with paralysis or deformed body or something. So we make sure that these birds receive all the necessary vaccinations from the day one until they reach up to 16 weeks. That's 4 months before they start laying. So we vaccinate them. But in the course of growth, they came down with disease like bacterial disease. You treat them. You can treat them. But it handles wide range of bacterial disease, like we call it broad spectrum. A broad spectrum, that means wide range. Bacterial disease can be for viral. The moment it comes, it either wipes your bed or you begin to give some preventive drugs like vitamins and some broad spectrum antibiotics to help control the disease a little. But pray that you don't have viral infection in your farm. If it comes, you'll be in a push to the wall. Yes, and you'll be on the defensive.
What species of bird do you have here?
Asa Brown. CHI. Yes.
So why did you choose this one instead of that normal white? I think broiler.
No, this is one of the best species you can find in the market. And it gives you not less than 95% production.
How many times do you feed them a day?
We feed 2 times. 2 times in a day. Morning and late afternoon. Yes.
So how do you manage their feed? Like how many bags do you feed?
Well, it depends on the number of birds you stock. But 200 birds, layers, each 1 bag a day.
Wow.
So if you have 1,000, they eat 5 bags. So that is how we feed them. An average bird consumes 110 to 120 grams per day. An average laying bird consumes 110 to 120 grams. Yes.
So what is the capacity of the bird here now?
It's 2,000.
2,000 birds?
Yes.
And how many birds do they consume?
10 bags.
10 bags?
Yes.
Wow. So if I should ask, is this business profitable?
It is.
What is your ROI? Let me assume that somebody invested 1 million in the business. What would the person be expecting at the end of the month?
If you check, an average of 1,000 gives you almost 33 crates of egg.
Okay.
But whereby you are not getting almost 100%, you get 30 crates.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wait, 1,000 capacity.
Yes, give you 33 crates a day. So you expect about 60 crates daily for 2,000.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So there is a return. The return is there.
That means it's almost, let me say, 70% ROI.
Yes. Yes,
Because,
almost 70 to 80%.
Okay, because for your productivity, you say that you are targeting 95%
yes,
production.
Yes.
Wow. What are the challenges that you have as a poultry farmer?
The challenge or challenges we have are numerous. But I can say that the major issue is high cost of feeding.
Okay.
The high cost of feeding has driven people out of the market. So many poultry farms have closed down, especially those of the middle income medium scale poultry farming. They have been withdrawn. And the large scale ones are still struggling. Cost of feeding, cost of drugs, cost of transportation, these factors have affected poultry farming. And I'm praying that there will be a review of agricultural policy on livestock, whereby government will subsidize feed production, and so that the producers will now come down to meet the demand, because poultry industry is something that any nation could not lose out. Because this is where the protein source comes from. Just like other areas, cattle, cattle is not easy to raise one cattle.
Yes.
So, but in 2 months, you have raised meat for average Nigeria through broiler production. So that is the thing. So the cost of feeding, cost of transportation, cost of drugs, and even construction materials in building. So you can see a massive house like this. You can imagine how much it costs to set up this building. So that's the thing.
Another one is, can somebody that is doing 9 to 5 job, is it possible for that kind of person to set up a firm like this?
9 to 5.
Yeah, 9 to 5 job.
Okay. Well, yes, he can. He can. If you set up something like this, you can also keep someone
there
who will help
it.
you monitor what is happening. Like if the water is exhausted, you can refill for them to drink. Yes. So one person can stay there and watch what is happening. It doesn't hinder your job.
So what do you have to say about people that say that agriculture is for the poor?
I think that's a wrong
narrative.
Agric is not for the poor. Agric is for everybody. It depends on interest and choice. And why they say it's for the poor is because they feel that that's the last dirty job. This is where, can you imagine that everything we eat comes from agric?
Yes, sir.
The yam is cultivated, cassava is cultivated before it's processed into garri, and vegetables. Then this other one. This one is not for, is it a poor man's job doing it? So the rich can also invest in agric. They can invest. Everything is money. Is everybody not eating? Is everyone not eating vegetables? Is everyone not eating chicken? Is everyone not eating yam? Garri now, you can't go to somebody's house and they serve you garri. It's difficult. Even parties in Lagos now, they drink garri with fish. I've seen it on YouTube. So you see, farming is to everybody. The rich felt that and you can see those poor people now rich. Go to Abakaleke, you see how the people there are cultivating rice and pushing out. You go to Benue, you see yam. So it is for everybody.
Do you used to breed all these birds from small, or do you used to buy the ones that they call point of lay?
We it depends on choice.
Okay.
It depends on choice. We brood it and raise it up.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's say that somebody want to start up this farm. What will the person be needing? Like how much will the person?
It depends on the person's capacity. It depends on your capacity. If you want to start with 500, if you want to start with 1,000 and above,
Okay.
we are there to help you. Like I said earlier, we are consultants.
Okay.
We draw feasibility study,
Okay.
and they will explain to you what you will invest based on current market rate. If you are buying day old, we tell you the market feed, we tell you equipment, we give you all the prices.
Okay.
At this end, then we do economic analysis. When you have invested, what will be your returns? We give it to you. So it's left for you. But if you want to start this for, even if with 200 beds, you can start. It's gradually you grow up.
Okay.
Yes.
So the thing is that any amount that you have, you can still set up something.
Yes, any amount.
Okay.
You can start.
Then how long does this bed lay before selling them off?
You can lay a year and 6 months.
A year and 6 months. Wow.
Then plus about 4 or 5 months they spend before laying. That's almost 2 years.
Okay.
Yes.
Then how do you market their eggs?
We market the eggs. We have channels. There are eateries.
Okay.
There are shopping malls. There are vendors in the streets that are demanding for the eggs.
Okay.
We supply to them.
Okay. So
Yes.
you used to sell everything off every day. That is what you do.
Daily, as they demand, because they call us
Okay, sir.
and we push to them.
You said that you used to obtain 95% productivity, yeah. But most farmers that I used to see used to get like 70, 80. Like, it's surprising. How do you do it?
Well, if you see our record, I bring my record, you see. It depends on management and feeding. Management, feeding, and breed of birds. There are many breeds in the market. So people might put breeds that they don't know the source of it. So before we go into the market to purchase birds, we normally know the source directly from the hatchery.
Okay.
So that is, and when they come, management matters.
Okay.
As we are going on now, this is the time now is after 12. Finally, but you can see a lot of egg in the cage.
Yes. Yeah.
So that shows the birds are laying well, and before 4 o'clock, they have hit target.
Okay.
And no bird here is laying below 75%.
Wow.
I have the record here.
Wow.
From 75 above.
Wow.
All these cage lines, none is below 75.
What are the things that you do to increase the productivity of this farm? Because I know that the dream of every farmer is to increase the productivity of his farm. So what are the necessary things you do every day to increase it?
The necessary thing we do is that when there is decline in production, we find the cause of it. Either the birds are not feeding well or they are sick. So we handle those areas by medications, by improving their feed quality. Those are the things we do to increase productivity. Yes.
So how do you manage the security of this area to avoid theft?
We are 24 hours alert here.
Wow.
There are security that cover this place.
Okay.
Yes.
So how many people do you have here working under you?
Okay, we have about 3 people.
Wow. Yeah. So how do you manage the waste that you remove here?
We have ready market
for it.
When we push it out, there is market for it.
Wow.
They come for it and they will take it to the farm for organic farming.
Okay.
Crop farming.
Okay. Another one is that when I came, I saw some crops around. I saw yam. Yes. I saw water leaf. I think I saw okra around that side.
So that is the innovations presently in the farming industry.
Okay.
You use the environment and space to decorate the entire environment. Wow. Vegetables.
Wow.
Yam planted in bags.
Yeah.
Okra.
Yeah.
You use them to surround. That this increase your earnings and revenues.
Okay.
We harvest those vegetables like water leaf.
Okay.
And you sell them. The okra, when they produce, you also harvest.
Okay.
Other than going to a whole place to use the environment.
Okay. What is advice to some people in diaspora that actually want to invest in agriculture, but they are afraid that maybe their money will get eaten, or maybe some people have been a victim of that? So what is advice to them?
I've had so many complaints from our people in diaspora talking about coming home to invest because of lack of trust.
Okay.
Who they will invest their resource, put their resource in trust, but will not be able to account at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I will encourage them that not every person is a thief.
Okay.
Not every person is a thief. Through this channel, they can reach us. They can call us. Okay. We will advise them and let them know. This one started like that, and you can see this is not the first place. There are many places.
Okay.
I have helped people to establish, and that trust has been there. Okay. I must assure you. Okay. Yes.
So what is your advice to the young ones that are willing to do something or maybe venture into agriculture?
Well, when you asked me earlier whether I'm a lecturer, I told you that I don't need to be a lecturer to answer a PhD holder.
Yeah.
It's interest.
Yeah.
It's a choice to pursue academic. I've been with students for many years now, and I've always told them, those who are doing their industrial training, that they should not wait for government to give them job. As they can see, the economy is not helping everybody.
Yes, sir.
If your family, your parents, sponsors can be able to afford a little token, you can commence from there. You can start with 50 birds. I've seen one of my lecturers when I was in school. Somebody gave him 1 day or 2 day old chicks. He raised them and they grew broilers and he sold them. That was where he picked interest.
Wow.
And from there he moved to 10, from 10, 50. Before I left him, the man was already keeping thousands of broilers.
Wow.
So he became a full-time poultry farmer with them. So they can start up like that. Of course, there are some of them who have left school. They're already into it. So they should start with something, little like this, little by little. That's my advice. Okay. They shouldn't go and fall down or Japa.
Yeah.
You know, Japa, we are going to Japa is good, but sometimes it becomes slavery.
Yeah.
You cannot come home easily. Before you come home, it takes you many years trying to save to come down to your home of your land. Yeah. Yes, that's all.
Okay. So I believe that he has said it all. So if you want to learn more about poultry farming, I'll be dropping his contact at the description box, so you do well to reach out to him. And if you really like this content, kindly give it a like, subscribe, and toggle on all notifications so that you'll be able to receive this kind of updates once we drop a video like this. Thank you for watching. See you next other time. Peace.